Ever found yourself wondering if the person you're into is equally interested in you? It's a common question, right? Well, today we're going to unravel the mystery with a simple question. Is she really into you? In this video, we'll explore 10 unmistakable signs that might just reveal she's not as into you as you'd hope. So if you've ever had doubts about whether your feelings are reciprocated, stick around because we're about to shed some light on the matter. Number 1. She doesn't reply to your messages. If you're wondering whether a woman is into you, one clear sign is how she responds to your messages. In today's world, most people are quite attached to their phones. So if she consistently doesn't reply or offers excuses like being busy, it's a strong indicator that her interest might be elsewhere. While it's possible for anyone to genuinely be occupied at times, repeated unresponsiveness or vague excuses may be her way of subtly letting you know that she's not interested. In such cases, it's often best to save face and gracefully move on. Remember that not everyone will have the same level of interest, and it's important to respect her feelings and choices. Number 2. One-word answers. When you're texting or talking with a woman, pay attention to how she responds. If she consistently gives you one-word answers or seems uninterested in engaging in a conversation, it could be a sign that her interest in you is low. In general, people, including girls, enjoy having meaningful conversations and getting to know someone they're interested in. If you find yourself doing all the heavy lifting in the conversation, it's a red flag to consider. In such cases, it might be best to recognize that she might not be into you, and it's not worth pushing for something that isn't mutual. Remember that healthy connections are built on mutual interest and engagement. Number 3. She constantly flakes on plans. If you notice that a woman frequently cancels plans with you, especially if something better comes along, it's a clear sign that her interest might not be as strong as you'd hope. While it's true that unexpected things can come up occasionally, if this becomes a recurring pattern, it's time to take notice. Perhaps you've even made plans together, but they never seem to materialize, or she becomes indecisive about committing to a plan. Eventually, she might stop responding to your messages altogether. In such situations, it's practical to recognize that she may not be interested in pursuing a romantic connection. It's essential to respect her choices and move on to find someone who shares your interest and enthusiasm for spending time together. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual enthusiasm and effort. Number 4. You become the substitute person. If you find that a woman frequently contacts you at the last minute, especially when her initial plans fall through, it could indicate that she doesn't view you as a priority in her life. This behavior often suggests that she's seeking attention or companionship when she doesn't have any other options readily available. In essence, you become the go-to person when she's in need of company, but not someone she actively values or considers a valuable part of her life. It's important to recognize your worth and seek out relationships where you're genuinely valued and appreciated as more than just a backup option. Number 5. She calls you a friend. If a woman consistently refers to you as a friend, mate, or bro, it's often a clear indicator that she perceives your relationship as purely platonic. These terms can sometimes sting when you're hoping for a more romantic connection, but they reflect her view of the relationship. Furthermore, if she introduces you to her friends as just a friend, it's a strong indication of how she categorizes you in her life. While friendships are valuable and important, if your feelings are leaning toward a romantic connection and she consistently labels you as a friend, it's best to recognize that she might not share the same level of romantic interest. Number 6. She doesn't want you too close to her. When you're spending time with a woman, pay attention to how she responds to your physical presence. If she's genuinely interested in you, her body language will be open and inviting. She'll likely get closer to you, and her face and body will be oriented towards you. However, if she's not attracted to you, she might maintain a bit more distance between the two of you. If you attempt to get closer and she's not comfortable with it, she may subtly signal this by turning her face away or appearing uneasy. Remember that everyone has their own comfort zones and boundaries, and it's important to be attentive to them and respond accordingly. If you notice she's uncomfortable, giving her the space she desires is a considerate and respectful approach. Number 7. When you're hot, she becomes cold. At times, it can seem like a woman is giving mixed signals when she's not interested in someone but doesn't want to be too direct in rejecting them. Instead of straightforwardly saying no, she might employ more indirect approaches. For example, If you compliment her looks and she denies it or changes the subject, or if you make a subtle flirtatious comment and she responds vaguely and brushes it off, these are subtle ways of indicating her lack of interest. Similarly, if you ask her out for coffee and she says she's busy right now, but maybe another time, which never seems to come, it's a signal that she's not eager to pursue a romantic connection. In such cases, when her responses are unclear or evasive, it's typically her way of gently letting you down. She's hoping you'll pick up on these cues and recognize that she's not interested in pursuing a deeper relationship. It's important to respect her feelings and boundaries and consider moving on to find someone who shares your level of interest. Number 8. She never initiates the contact. If you find that a woman never initiates contact with you, it's important to consider why this might be happening. While it's possible that some women enjoy when a man takes the lead and makes the first move, it's crucial to strike a balance. In some cases, she might want to see if you're genuinely interested and willing to make an effort. Occasionally, she might even test to see if you'll reach out if she doesn't text you for a day or two. However, constantly having to be the one who initiates contact can be a sign that she doesn't see you as a potential boyfriend or romantic partner. It's not about playing mind games, it's about finding mutual interest and enthusiasm in building a connection. If you feel like you're the only one making the first move, it's worth considering whether you share the same level of interest in pursuing a romantic relationship. Remember that healthy relationships thrive on mutual effort and engagement. Number 9. She cuts eye contact when she sees you. When a woman is interested in someone, she often becomes more aware of their presence. It's like a primal instinct to notice when someone enters the room. If she likes you, you may catch her gaze fixed on you for a few seconds when you arrive. Conversely, if she quickly looks away or deliberately leaves the area as soon as you enter, it's likely not a mere coincidence. Avoiding eye contact can be a sign that she's not interested in engaging with you or having a conversation. It's a subtle way of communicating her lack of attraction or enthusiasm. In such situations, it's important to respect her feelings and boundaries while also considering whether it's worth pursuing a connection with someone who's not showing interest. Number 10. She just doesn't care about you. Sometimes the most straightforward sign that a woman isn't into you is that she simply doesn't seem to care about you or your life. It might be tempting to see it as a challenge or think she's playing hard to get, but there's a clear distinction between that and her indifference. If she doesn't open up about her personal life, doesn't actively listen or ask follow-up questions in your conversations, and doesn't confide in you when she's feeling down, it's a strong indicator that she's not emotionally invested. When a woman likes you, she'll often look to you for emotional support and hope you can make her feel better. Accepting that someone you like doesn't reciprocate those feelings can be tough. It can lead to feelings of rejection and self-doubt. However, it's essential to remember that you can't force someone to like you, no matter how kind or caring you are. It's better to know the truth and move on to find someone who appreciates and likes you for who you are. There are plenty of people out there who will value and be interested in you, so don't let one person's disinterest hold you back. If you found this video useful, please hit the like button, drop a comment, and stay connected for more knowledge with a subscription. See you in our next video.